Good morning, everybody, and welcome once again to Luxaflex product training by video conferencing. Today's session is going to cover off our Powerview motorization, in particular for our Evo awnings. Now, this was a new addition added to the Powerview range last year, and obviously for our Evo awnings, it should now be one of the key motors that we would like you to sell to suit the Evo. Just keep in mind, this motor is not the ideal motor if you're having lock-off bolts and you want to tension up the Evo awning. In that scenario, you'd go for the Photon 1 or the log ear motor. But talking about Powerview is about what this session is. So Powerview motorization enables that intelligent motorization for Evo awnings. Now, obviously, it allows us to offer a wide range of products that can be operated by this one single technology. So you have the 6-channel Pebble remote. You can operate it from a mobile device, whether Apple or Android, or you can operate it through a third-party automation system. Powerview offers the complete connected home experience. So just to talk through the features and benefits, obviously, as I mentioned, in the connected home, you'll be able to control multiple window covering products from roller blinds, soft shades, and Evo awnings throughout the home with the one technology. The 6-channel Pebble remote. So the new ergonomically designed Pebble, that is actually quite a decorative statement piece, comes in a variety of colours, from the reds, the clears, the whites, the greys and the blacks. You have the ability to select and deselect channels. So you have 6-channel operation from this remote. I could select channels 1 and 3, 2 and 4, or I could select all of them to operate all together. The Powerview hub. Obviously, the heart of the automation system with Powerview is the Powerview hub. Combined by using the app with the hub, gives you that advanced control to allow window coverings to be operated individually, by a room, or other ways with the scene controlled throughout the home. Now, I mentioned that this hub and the app work through any mobile device, whether Apple or Android. The hub, we have repeaters as well. Now, the idea of a repeater is to help transfer that signal in larger homes or in areas where the signal can't easily travel through solid brick or solid concrete walls. Now, when you order up and you introduce a hub into your home environment, that hub comes with one repeater in the kit as standard. But our recommendation would be that you'd always order up and supply another repeater so that when the installer gets out there, if he needs it, he's got it there ready to use. As I said, the hub allows for the advanced programming. It also allows you to use what's known as a scene controller. Now, a scene controller is a separate controller to your standard 6-channel remote, but it enables you to set up scenes. So you could have a scene that's set up movie time in the home, and you could, with the press of one button, be able to put all the blinds in the position you'd want them to be in if you were going to sit down and watch a movie in your cinema room or in your home. So the scene controller, obviously a lovely addition to add in with the Powerview hub and the Powerview system. The Powerview system has two-way communication. It gives bi-directional feedback. So that through the app that you have on your phone or your iPad or your mobile device, you'll actually see the current position of the awning or the blind if it happens to be on a blind. You see that in the Powerview app. This bi-directional feedback also gives us superior radio frequency range because it's always talking backwards and forwards. Premium end product, the Powerview system and the Powerview motors, manufactured in the US and in Italy. There's a lot of technical data available, guys. alfie.hunterdouglas.com.au, which is your go-to point for all of your technical information, your programming videos. It's now on that website that you can access from, again, your mobile device or your PC or anything like that. There's a technical data sheet for the Powerview motor. Now, this is a 240 volt AC motor. The tech data sheet will give you the specs on the amps, the frequency, it'll give you the actual motor length, it'll give you the Newton meters, so the torque setting, and also the speed as well. So all that technical information that you need is housed in the support document section of alfie.hunterdouglas.com.au. Now what we've got behind me, guys, is we've installed an Evo STC with the Powerview motor in it. We've gone with one of the new colours. You'll see it's the Chardonnay hardware colour, and we've coordinated that with our 5% Chardonnay Everview Plus sunscreen fabric. So, you know, obviously now we introduced the 6 new colours late last year. We've recently added white to it. So you've got the 6 standard colours that are off the shelf with no surcharge. Now I mentioned alfie.hunterdouglas.com.au. It is the point to go to for all of your technical information and all of your programming videos. We're going to hand over now to Ramses, or I'm going to hand over now to Ramses. We're going to run through the Powerview roller blind videos, because programming this Powerview motor for Evo, it's a 240 volt AC motor. The process is the same as your 240 volt AC roller blind motor. So it's the same Powerview concept with Evo and roller blinds. Ramses, I'll get you to come in and we'll start running through the videos on how to program.
Thanks, Barry. So just continuing on from what Barry said, so both 240 volt Powerview motors, whether it's for roller blinds or Evo awnings, have exactly the same setup instructions and processes. What I'd just like to point out is you guys are today going to be watching the video on Powerview 240 volt roller blind motors. So I just want to point out the difference between the two motors, because they both have one button on the motor head, but the button does look different. So Barry, do you mind just giving me a hand? So if we can zoom in. So the button that you guys are going to be seeing today on the motor head is this little black button here. That's for the 240 volt roller blind motors. The button you guys will be using out on the field when working with the Powerview Evo awning motor is this white round button here. So the button does look a bit different, but apart from that, everything else is exactly the same. So we'll start off with pairing a remote control to the Evo awning motor.
Press and hold the stop button to enter the program mode. When the lights start flashing, select a channel. Press and hold motor head button followed by the open button on the remote. The motor will jog to indicate pairing. Then exit the program mode.
Just keep in mind, this process here is exactly the same across all Powerview products. So that's whether you're working with soft shades, whether it's duet, pirouettes, etc., roller blind motors, 240 volt battery, or Evo Powerview motors. It's exactly the same process across the board. So the next video we're going to watch is checking the motor direction, and this is obviously the next thing you'd want to do once you've paired the remote control to the Evo awning to make sure that the up button does send the awning up and the down button does send the awning down.
After pairing the remote, you need to check the motor direction before setting top and bottom limits. Select the channel motor is paired to and check direction by pressing the up and down buttons. If the up button is sending the blind down, a reversal direction is required. Deselect the channel, press and hold the motor head button followed by the stop button on the remote, and the blind will jog to indicate the direction has been changed.
Select the channel on the remote control, because if you do that, it's not going to work. So just, make sure that you've got no channel selected and you follow that procedure. So the next video we're going to watch is removing a Evo awning off a channel from the remote control.
Press and hold the stop button to enter the program mode. When the lights start flashing, select the channel to be unpaired. Press and hold the motor head button followed by the close button on the remote. The motor will jog to indicate unpairing. Then exit the program mode.
This is pretty much exactly the same process as pairing a remote control to the motor, except you press the down button instead of the up. And again, this goes across the board for all Powerview products, so whether that's soft shades, 240 volt roller blind motors, battery motors, or 240 volt Powerview Evo motors. So next video we're going to move across to now is how to set a top limit.
Select a channel. To get the blind to the desired top limit, use the open or close buttons on the remote with their incremental movements, or for a faster movement, use the motor head button and the stop button on the remote. Then enter into program mode, making sure no channel is selected. Press and hold the motor head button followed by the open button. The blind will jog to confirm top limit is set, and then exit out of the program mode.
The awning at the desired top limit and you go into programming mode. Make sure that you have no channels selected. And the second thing is, if pressing the up and down buttons is quite time consuming or there is quite a bit of a drop, and you do decide to use the motor head button so the awning can retract up at a quicker speed, make sure you've got the remote control in your hand and your fingers on the stop button ready to press it, because the last thing you want to do is not be quick enough and the awning goes all the way up and damages the fabric or rips the bottom bar off or something like that. So just make sure if you are using the motor head button to retract the awning up to set the top limit, that you've got the remote control in your hand and you're ready to press the stop button. So next video we're going to move across to now is setting the bottom limit.
Select the desired channel. Take the blind to the desired lower limit using the open or close buttons on the remote with their incremental movements, or for a faster movement use the motor head button and the stop button on the remote. Then enter into program mode. Make sure no channels are selected. Press and hold the motor head button followed by the close button. The blind will jog to confirm the bottom limit is set. Then exit program mode.
The difference is you press the down button for the bottom limit as opposed to pressing the up button for the top limit. And again, just keep in mind that when you do go in programming mode, you're not actually going to select any of the channels. And the second thing is, if you do decide to use the motor head button to make the awning move or the motor move at a faster speed, that you've got the remote control in your hand and it's ready to hit the stop button at that right point. Next video we're going to see is now setting a favourite position.
By default, the favourite position is set at 50% of the bottom limit. To customise the favourite position, move the blind to the desired position. Enter into the program mode. Make sure no channels are selected. Press and hold the motor head button followed by the favourite button. The motor will jog to confirm and then exit out of the program mode.
This just to note, first thing is across all Powerview products, whether it's soft shades, roller blinds or Evo awnings, the love heart of the favourite position on the remote control is set by default 50%. And to change a favourite position to a new one, a custom position, it's the same process across all the products again. So whether it's soft shades, roller blinds or Evo awnings, this process works across the whole board of Powerview products. Next video we're going to watch is actually resetting the motor limits and doing a complete factory reset on the motor.
To do a factory reset, which will remove all pairing and limits, press and hold the motor head button for 18 seconds continuously. The blind will jog 3 times during this time and then the complete reset will be done.
So just keep in mind, when doing this factory reset procedure, not only are you going to be erasing top, bottom limit and any presets if they have been set or favourite positions, but you'll also be erasing all network information. So that includes if the motor's been paired to a remote control already, you'll need to repair it to the remote control. Also, if it's been added to the hub, you'll also need to rescan in the app for the Evo warning as well. So this doesn't just only erase limits, it also erases any network information, so anything that the motor has been paired with, whether it's a remote control or the hub. Before we go into questions, also just wanted to let you guys know that we've also got flowcharts designed for the Powerview Evo motor. So what that means is, if I know quite a few of you guys are used to Somfy flowcharts, so we've done the same thing as well with the Powerview Evo motor, and it's on alfie.hunterdouglas.com.au on the web page there.
Thanks, guys. That's the end of the session on the Powerview Evo motor. Thanks, Ramses, for helping us out and giving us your experience and your expertise in this area. Guys, we'll see you in the next session. Thanks.